Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for stopping by today. As you saw from my reel earlier, I mentioned place value, and that will be the focus of today's video. We want to talk about place value, what it is, how you can support your child at home, and what they should know about place value at this point in the year. If they are second grade and up, they are touching on place value. Fourth grade, fifth grade, third grade as well. They're really digging deep into what place value is, and the higher the grades go, the larger the numbers get. So we really want to make sure that we can lock down place value and have our students, have our children be successful in using place value to their advantage. So if you notice that when you're helping your child with their homework, that they're kind of like, I can handle the 3-digit numbers, but I'm struggling a little bit with it. I can handle subtracting or adding them, but it's giving me a little bit of a problem. Check their place value understanding. That's where you want to hone in on. Check that and see how they deal with place value. Just a quick reminder, place value is the value of a digit in a number. Straightforward, right? It's the value of a digit in a number. For example, the number 24. The number 4 in the number 24, the value of that 4 is 4 ones. The number 2 in the number 24, the value of that number is 2 tens. You know, tens, ones, hundreds. In this paper, this is my place value chart, tried and true place value chart. I will show you that in a few minutes. But that's essentially what place value is. It is the value of a digit in that number. Now, place value charts, as we see here. Place value charts support your child's understanding of the physical layout of single and multi-digit numbers. It supports how it's laid out on the paper, right? And that physical layout helps them with calculating. Now, I'm talking about the standard algorithm, okay? If you have your child and they're working with using manipulatives, using counters, using their fingers, whatever it is, right? That's fine. This video is focusing on using the standard algorithm, just the numbers stacked on the top of the other, okay? So that's what we're talking about here. Place value charts help support that physical layout of these single and multi-digit numbers. So this place value chart, like I said, tried and true, okay? I use this time and again. It's essentially a piece of paper that I tore out of my book, right? It's paper. I took this paper, I folded it and created 4 columns, as you can see here. We have 4 columns, and I just took a marker, crayon, pencil, whatever works for you. You take that, fold it, and you create your place value chart. As you can see, I have the place value up to thousands place, up to thousands. So I go from ones to thousands. So you have ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands, right? Fold it up, you draw your lines, you create that chart. You can have your child create the chart. You can create the chart, whatever works, okay? You don't have to go out and buy anything really fancy. Paper, pencil should pretty much do the trick. So now they have a problem that they're working on. They're stuck with it. They're really struggling with adding this 3-digit number, or they're really stuck with subtracting or multiplying this 3-digit number. There's a reason why I didn't say division yet, because division is a little bit different, but they're stuck with that, right? They're having a bit of a struggle with getting that together. What you want to do is take that problem that they're working on, put it in the chart, okay? Put that problem in the chart. Okay, so you want to put that number in that place value chart. Now, here's my example, okay? Here's the example that I'm going to be working with. Okay, you ready? I have a number here, 1,153 plus 451. 1,153 plus 451. Okay, you set it up, you put all of the numbers in their typical place where they would go, and you have to always remember to put your operation and your equal sign. Have your operation and your equal sign so that your child can see it and actually work through the problem, okay? So At this point, this is where a lot of parents, and I've seen this with my own students, a lot of parents are like, but I want to do it for them. I see them struggling and I don't want them to struggle. This is the point where we call, as teachers, the productive struggle. Let them have that productive struggle. Let them tarry with it a little bit. Let them kind of go through that so that they can see it, work through the problem, and understand what they're doing. If we're jumping in to catch them and say, hey, I got it for you, mommy, daddy do it, auntie, uncle do it, grandma, grandpa will do it, how are they going to do that in the classroom and have success in the classroom independently? Okay, so we want to make sure that you allow your child to have that productive struggle. Give them a few minutes, right? You want to give them a few minutes to let them kind of go through it. And then once you see that they're having an issue with, say, for example, with addition and multiplication, if they're carrying over a number, and you see that tens place, you're going to have to carry over, right? Because you can't put the 10, the full 10, you cannot put that 10 in that tens place like that. You're going to need to carry it over, okay? If you get to that point and they're kind of like, I don't really know what to do, then you can support them through that. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I got my marker, I got my chart, got some wind helping me out here. So when we're adding something, I tell my students, and I do with my physical body, I start in the ones place and I work my way over to the left. I start in the ones and I work my way over to the left. Start in the ones, work your way over, okay? So typically you would be doing this inside without so much wind, but today I wanted to come outside and be out in the element, okay? So I know that 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, and I write my 4. Pretty straightforward, right? I write my 4, and I move on. I know that 5 plus 5 is always equal to 10. So what do? I put my 0, because that's the ones place. I'm gonna put my 0 down here. I'm going to put my 0 in the tens place, and I'm going to carry the 1 over into the hundreds. My 0 is in the ones place. I'm carrying my 1 over to the hundreds. I'm going to put it right there up top. A smaller one, not big and gigantic, right next to it. So far, so good. I know you got it, right? Okay. So now, Miss Pinkston, what do I do with that? You're going to add all 3 of those numbers. You're going to add your 1 plus your 1 plus your 4. Okay, so we know that 1 plus 1 plus 4, you can say that's 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. However you want to calculate it, that's up to you. I know that that number is 6, and I know here in my thousands place, there is nothing here. So 1 plus 0 is 1, right? I'm going to put my 1 down at the bottom. This is what it should look like. That should be your answer, or whatever problem you're working on. You should have your answer down at the bottom, and your child should be able to see it and see the physical layout of each number. And they will also, because it's on the chart, they will also understand the place value location and the value of that digit in each number. Okay, you want them to really understand the value of the digit in each number. That's the ultimate goal here. Most important takeaways, line the numbers up. Okay, make sure those numbers are lined up. Make sure your child is always lining up the numbers. Always, always, always. Make sure they're lined up so that when they're adding, subtracting, multiplying, and even with division, you want to line them up so that everything makes sense and that they can calculate and have success and have the correct answer. They should be carrying over or regrouping for addition and multiplication. For subtraction, you will be borrowing. You're going to go in and borrow a number from the neighbor from the next place value over if they need to. That will come in a separate video. And using place value for division will look different. It's not going to look like it would on this chart, on your beautiful, lovely place value chart. Division will not look the same here. So that will also be another video. But ultimately, place value matters because it helps your child to line up the numbers, and it helps them to understand the value of the digit in that place. And it will ultimately help them get the correct answer. Thank you so much for staying with me throughout this video. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for your shares and your likes. Please, please, please email me. Follow me on Instagram, PinkstonTeachers345. Email is PinkstonTeachers2@gmail.com. And I also offer virtual tutoring sessions. Please make sure that you sign up. Please make sure that you